Hi everyone, it's Vicky from createafashionbrand.com, fashionserviceshongkong.com. Been away for a couple of weeks. So thank you if you sent an email asking where I was. I had quite a few emails. Basically, I had a week on holiday. I had intended to do a video from Bali, but the internet wasn't great where I was actually. And then I got bitten by a monkey. Yeah, that's not a euphemism. I actually did get bitten by a monkey. So when I got back, I had to go and get loads of jabs and various other things and move house. So the time I thought I would have had to do all my videos and things kind of went out the window a little bit. But let's get on to this week now that we're finally back. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I wrote to everybody on my newsletter and I asked people to give me some feedback on topics, things they wanted to know, not just for the videos, but also for our information site, createafashionbrand.com. And I got a really interesting question actually on one of the responses. Now, I did say it would be anonymous, so I'm not going to give away too much information for this person, but it's a lady in New York, and she will know her question, but it's a really great one in general. So she writes, I'm American, based in New York. However, I want to launch my brand in Asia. However, I'm not fluent in foreign social media platforms and don't know where to start. Okay, so first of all, I would really appreciate and love you guys to fill out the response form. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box below so you can fill that out for me. It just basically, I want to know information on topics that you want to know about. And it takes 5 minutes, only a couple of questions in there. Really quick, really simple, and I'll leave the link below. So for this lady in New York, she's in one place but wants to launch in another area, but she doesn't understand that area. Now, firstly, it's really good that she understands that not the whole world, the whole world is not the same thing, and that things happen very differently in different places. And she's really got to think about how you go about promoting, where you promote, the things that you promote in one country versus another country. So the first thing I would advise to, I'll call her S, the first thing I'll advise to S and everybody else in that same situation is why you want to start your company in promoting and launching in another country. Maybe you're expanding, who knows? But you will have to think about the fact that it is different. You're going to have to think about whether those products are appropriate, for example. If you're selling, she's spoken about Asia. If you're talking about, really thick, heavy knitwear, then Asia's probably not the best place to launch your fashion brand. It is incredibly hot here and really humid most of the year round. So really heavy, thick knitwear or outerwear, it's not going to be a great market for you. However, if you're doing, say, swimwear or really light summer dresses or flip-flops or something that works really well with kind of summer months, then this is a fantastic place for you to kind of launch. But then you've got to think about, who are your competitors, how people shop as well, consumers in that country. Now, S talks specifically about social media. Actually, the one consistent thing across most of Asia is Facebook. There are a few exceptions to that in that obviously mainland China has what we call the Great Firewall of China. It doesn't allow certain platforms in those countries. There are some other countries like Vietnam as well who don't kind of really allow Facebook, Twitter, things like that. So they have their own platforms, but each country is really specific. Hong Kong, for example, where I live in Asia, although we're kind of part of China, we're also separate. So I get Facebook, I get Twitter, I get, Pinterest, Instagram, the whole range. So Hong Kong is really specific in comparison to, say, mainland China, for example. So each different country requires its own strategy, and a lot of places in China and even in Hong Kong have their own platforms too. So you're going to need to do a little bit of research in what they use, how they use it, etc., etc. Now, my advice for S and everybody else, if you are looking at going into another area of the world, you have to do a little bit of research. Not as big as your customer profile that you've done originally for your brand, but it has to go along kind of similar lines. You need to check out who your customers are, how they shop, what platforms they use, obviously, where's the best place to kind of advertise, do your marketing, and you've got to do that for every single country. Most of Europe is the same. America is the same, whether, regardless of what state you're in. When it comes to India, Africa, main Asia as a group, each place can be slightly different. People use different platforms. They use all kinds of different apps and different things online to communicate as well as to sell. They have different ways of selling. They have different advertising and marketing campaigns here. It's really, really different and in all aspects. So my main point for this video would be you need to speak to someone who knows the market well, really, really well, so they can advise you on all of those differences and they can tell you how best to do those things. Now, if you're a bit short of money and you can't employ, a big advertising company, the best thing to do would be to get in contact with maybe some influencers. You've got so many influencers across loads of social media platforms all across the world. It might be a really, really good idea to try and strike up a bargain or strike up some kind of deal with a really good local influencer who will know how to sell your products for you. And as long as you come to some kind of good arrangement with them in terms of products, don't forget they need content as well for their membership, their likes, their fans, their readers, whatever they are. They need content too. So you might be able to strike up a deal or a bargain with them. If not, your only other option really is to go to somebody who is local, someone who understands marketing, but more importantly, who understands specifically fashion brand marketing. A lot of companies will tell you that they understand it. A lot of companies don't, actually. They do their marketing the same way that they would market a fridge or that they would market any product. They really need to have a good portfolio of fashion brand marketing specifically in that area as well. So S and everybody else who is in the same situation, please make sure you do your research and get in contact with someone in those areas. I'm in Hong Kong, for example, so you can get in contact with me and my company. I do a lot of this for various clients across the world, specifically for Hong Kong and China. But don't forget, please share and like this video if it's been helpful so that we can get really great information out to more people. If you want more information other than the videos, you need to sign up to my newsletter, because that's where you get some really good specific information every single week for what I'm doing and more advice you can't get anywhere else. And don't forget, you don't want to miss out on any of my videos, so you need to sign up to my channel. There is a button right at the end of this video. You can't miss it. Don't have to do anything. Just click and you're subscribed. And don't forget to give me some feedback on that form. The link is in the description box below. Please go fill it out so I can help you and loads more people across the world. And I will see you next week with another answer to another fashion brand question.